海賊王に俺はなる！どうしてやる！
方が知らない方が楽に生きられるかもしれない。
Have you ever wondered why the shows are popular? Is it the animation, the sound design, the character design, or the story itself? If your answer is story, then you're right. The story is the foundation of all things in the world of art, in music, in films, books, manga, animation, or in any medium of storytelling. As Edgar, the co-founder of Pixar Animation Studios, wrote in his book, the first principle was, story is king. If the story is mediocre, then assume that the craft will be a failure. In this video, I'm going to talk about why Violet Evergarden has been loved by so many people, and I'm one of them. Violet Evergarden is a light novel that adapted into an anime. It is the 2018 human drama that revolves around the life of Violet Evergarden, the girl with metal arms. She has a personal trait that's bizarre to everyone, a character who cannot understand the human emotions, human relationships, or even her own emotions. You may ask, what's so special about this show, A Girl with Metal Arm? As you know, the narrative has two elements. Those are storyline and storytelling. Let's start with the storyline. According to John Lasseter, there are three foundation elements that great story contains. It starts with a compelling narrative. It has developed memorable and appealing characters, and lastly, create a believable world. In the series that began after the war, Violet's life suddenly changed when she started to work at Sage Company that owned by her farmer Colonel Hudgens. She wanted to be an automatic doll, a person who writes on behalf of others, hoping by understanding people's feelings, she will finally able to learn the true meaning of Gilbert's final word, I love you.
知りたいのです。
In the introduction of the narrative, we got to know that our girl, Violet, has an alexithymia, a personal trait that has an inability to identify and describe emotion even by oneself. With this appealing characterization, our curiosity has been slammed. We want to know how Violet overcomes her inner flaws and how she copes with the life itself. Of course, the existence of audience is one of the factors why a show becomes popular. But the question here is, how the story gets the interest of the audience. Sylvia stated that humans become interested in something new, ambiguous, complex, obscure, uncertain, mysterious, contradictory, unexpected, or otherwise not understood. This is how Violet catches our attention, her compelling character, her emotionless attitude. Yet still, this is not the only reason why the series is a great show. It has a well-developed plot. There is a clash and conflict that keeps building actively as something happening, and it has an emotional ride. It is important to get the audience interested in the theme of the story. Now, the storytelling. Storytelling is how the storyline introduced to the audience. In this case, the narrative has been presented through animation. As one said, great animation has great storytelling. To give us a guide how a great storytelling can distinguish, Ghazali and Ghani said, a great storytelling has three building blocks. It has a clear structure and purpose. It is how the production conveys the theme of the story, how the audience will understand the narrative. Second, it should have an element of surprise and unexpected. It is to make sure that the story is not soulless. And third, it is simple and focused. These three elements are exhibited in Violet Evergarden. It has a simplistic approach that focuses in a dramatic world that's full of bombshells, where the audiences can resonate their hearts into the core of the story. This is a kind of narrative that will not hype you, but it definitely brings you in a new experience of an emotional journey where you will find yourself in your room with a bucket full of tears.
My name is Violet Evergarden.